What's up, everybody? It's your boy Smooth, and this is another live stream. um, However, this time around, it's going to be a slightly different topic. Did y'all catch the little rant I had driving home from work? I hope y'all caught that. And I did some editing on it, put the images and had a little song at the beginning and stuff. But anyway, that's that. You know, I'm glad that some of y'all watched it. Some of y'all liked it. Some of y'all didn't. Either way, it's all relevant. However, this time around, I want to um, talk about something that is not completely unfamiliar, but maybe a slightly different realm. So for those of you that are super logical and everything, this may not be for you. But I'm somebody, I've always liked, mystery and metaphysics, esoteric shit, as well as the logical stuff, because left brain and right brain type stuff. You understand me? So this is right brain stuff now, right? Right brain is the creative shit, right? Anyway, y'all know what I mean. So, and the topic is about the Hotep Negro, and yeah, my thoughts on the Hotep Negroes and if if they are still necessary or not. I'm already laughing. The Hotep nigga. Or like my nigga Vision says, the Hotepi. The Hotepi. Shout out to Vision. But yeah, so of course again I'm gonna make these attempts to keep this thing short and sweet, but y'all know how I do. I start talking, I go on a little bit of a side tangent, and then I get right back. Y'all know. Go to the moon and back, right? And just real quick, just to add this before I really get started here. Um Y'all may think that I don't know if you guys may have asked yourself why, I call this whole thing smooth this and smooth that and smooth vision and all of that stuff, right? Y'all see, I don't know if I've explained this before, but I'll just do it again. Y'all see the shades on my little logo thing? The shades represent that whole smooth vision. Y'all see the eyes of my logo thing? You see that he kind of looks unbothered, right? And that is really to symbolize that, he's been through it, been there, done that, experienced it as well. So whatever lies ahead does not really faze me. You understand me? It also comes with a level of confidence and cockiness and everything else. And I think I've also explained that a smooth person is somebody that is very self actualized, that knows himself in and out, both physically, mentally, and spiritually. And yeah, so he's not really phased about this thing we call life in this 3D realm called Earth. You understand? Because again, he's self actualized, he knows himself in and out. And that is what we strive to be, you know? So that's the long and short of it, and it's not only about, being suave and, debonair, which it does have to do with it as well. But it's mainly, the big picture. You understand, what, even if you're somebody that is suave and debonair, you understand me, what keeps you that way? How did you become that? Yes, you can say it's natural, but we all know by now that natural talent isn't, well, let me not say it's not what it's meant to be or what it's cut out to be, but you can't rely on that alone. There has to be some level of practice. There has to be some level of skill with that talent to be a great whatever it is. You understand me? So yeah. And what makes you a smooth person? What makes you appear confident? What makes you alpha? You understand me? What do you do that makes you alpha? What rigorous regimen do you put yourself through, or do you have to go through in order to be smooth at the end of it? And I know a lot of y'all, especially in the black manosphere space, y'all know me for being a hothead and just blurting out all kinds of stuff at times. And, you know, but I don't do it all the time. It's different sides to me, just like it's different sides to everybody else, you know. And yeah, y'all know me for doing all of that stuff. And you may think that, well, that's not really being smooth. No, it's not, but it is an aspect of it, if that makes sense. You understand me? Because again, you have to go through the ups and downs. That's just what it is. You're not going to be somebody that's going to be smooth and suave every motherfucking time when you're talking to somebody. You know what I'm saying? In some cases, it may be seen as a sort of weakness. So, what part of you or what side of you are you going to have to tap into to let motherfuckers know that they can't try you? You going to be smooth and debonair with them too? You know what I'm saying? What's up, She? What's up, Wadna? Rashid said, yes, you do. Yes, you do what? Wadna, it's about, I'm talking about the Hotep Negro. I'm about to talk about the Hotep nigga, man, and yeah, let me just get right into it. So I'm about to talk about the Hotep Negro and why they're somewhat important, but not all that important. You know, they're a good spark. So I have a few pointers out here, of course. Of obviously I like to freestyle a lot and shit, but at least I need to have some pointers at least to be able to know where I'm going. You know what I'm saying? So I don't make this another fucking 1.5 hour video and stuff, and I'm just all over the place, right? Y'all know how easily I get all over the place. So yeah, I was going to say, first and foremost, he said go off on the fly, crazy. Oh no, man, yeah, you know me, man. But yeah, I was going to say that you can't completely count out the Hotep Negro, and the reason why I say this is because the Hotep nigga is the one that actually brings some sort of awareness to, especially for the black folks, who you are and what you're about. So for example, see, I became a quote unquote Hotep nigga that back in 2000, late 2006, early 2007, right? And I was learning about the Nuwabians and Malachi Z. York. That was my kind of like introduction into it. When Wagner said, "I'm glad I left that Hotep space. They are good to show you how not to be a simp for box." Amen, my nigga. Amen. And yeah, I'm gonna get to that too. So yeah, like I was saying, Wagner kind of is already slightly touching on it. Um, I got into it and stuff, and it was all fascinating. Like, oh my god, damn, Egypt and all of that stuff. So you mean to tell me the Egyptians were actually black? I didn't know they were black. I thought they was Arab. So those new things that you come to learn, which are really exciting. You come to learn that you built the pyramids and you did this and you had a spiritual system, and you start to learn all the people that stole your spiritual system, the same spiritual system that you, as a black person, or even that as an African person as well, have learned to be evil and bad and voodoo and, oh my God, spooky and, oh, devil this and devil that. If it ain't God, Jesus, and all of that shit, then it's devil, right? If it's black, it's evil and it's devilish, right? So, you come into that learning that it's actually the other way around. You understand me? And you've had civilizations. You created this. You created that. You created this. So it talks about your greatness and how great you were and how everybody else was kind of hating on that. And then you come to learn who your main hater was and the action that he took. You understand me? But what it leaves out, however, is that even though you were so great and at the peak of your greatness, you still had a lot of shortcomings. You still had tribes that were warring with each other. You understand what I'm saying? At least that's what I did not learn too much. You understand me? I learned about just the good stuff. It makes you almost think that it was a utopian society before, the white man came in and stole. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing. So it's definitely a good stepping stone into learning about, what they call self, learning about yourself as far as, a black person is concerned. And yeah, so it is a thrill and everything. It's great, yada yada yada. You get into that, and then you even go through your own that version of red pill rage, where it's like, oh my God, I've been lied to all these years I've been taught that everything regarding Africa and this and that is bad, and the spirituality is bad and it's evil and it's devilish, whereas what, that was the real deal. Look at the connections to this in nature. Look at how the Bible steals all these different concepts that originally come from us. And you go through your red pill rage and you want to start bashing Christians over the head with Bibles and shit. You want to tell them, show them scriptures and verses and chapters, and look at Luke chapter 17, verse this. Look at this chapter this. Look at Revelations. And it's a great ego boost as well, because I don't know, maybe you thought all your life you was a dumbass nigga, but then this shit gave you some kind of confidence, and now you think you a scholar. You understand me? Which a lot of motherfuckers in these Hotep spaces do think they are. Putting a doctor in front of their name, and they ain't even a doctor and shit. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, so all that is fine and dandy, right? But again, you know, the problem becomes that that's all it is. It's just debating. You just talking. You're just blowing a lot of hot air. You understand me? I remember, I think it was in oh my God. If Zero ever hears this, he's gonna laugh. Um in 48 Laws of Power, where it says something about, you have to, I think it was the law that had to do with action. How you would have to always act on what you're saying and stuff. And then I think it ended that chapter with saying that who is going to be convinced by hot air bags or something like that. So by bags of hot air. So just talking about some shit is not going to be convincing. It is at first, and the initial stage or in the introduction, but as time goes by, like, nigga, we need to see some works with your faith or your knowledge in this case, you know? And yeah. So it easily just turns into a whole bunch of me versus you know, type of back and forth talking and this that and you just live to debunk each other. You just want to debunk this and say, oh no, you said present, you didn't say present, and all, and the presentation of the annotation and the communication. You know what I'm saying? You start using all those words that end with Asian and stuff like that, and you think you smart, you know, and it just becomes a whole bunch of nigga babble at the end of the day. That's really what happens. Wait, Wagner said true. I was pro Black Hotep in my late teens and early 20s. I came to the red pill in my mid 20s last year while I'm still young. Oh, Wagner, you are motherfucking lucky. Trust me. Trust me. So anyway, yeah, that's what it all becomes, right? And don't get me wrong, like I'm somebody, for example, when I learn something, I have to talk about it with other people in order for me to retain that information better and to internalize it and all of that stuff. But also, what I like to do is that I actually do like to go ahead and research my shit. Because one thing I used to hear a lot in the Hotep space was, don't believe me, check it out for yourself. You understand me? And with time, you start to think that was that all that shit just said so you don't check it out for yourself? Because when they will show you a book that you know about or that is popular, whatever, and they will show you the verse, or they will show you the line or the paragraph or whatever. You understand? And be like, you see, it's in the white man's books. So you niggas believe in the white man's science. So there it is right there. You understand me? But they completely leave context out of the whole equation. You understand me? In what context was something said? And that's what a lot of motherfuckers still do till this very day. They just get the context all screwed up in which you said something. They just caught up with the fact that you said that very thing. And I'm guilty of it too at times. You know what I'm saying? I'm not perfect. So yeah, and that is always really a problem. You understand me? Because you can't be taken seriously that way. And that's how you see a lot of people end up leaving these spaces, and they get frustrated. Especially the masses that get into the knowledge or whatever, and then they leave. You're like, yeah, whatever. Those niggas over there, they just debating. They ain't talking about shit. Now, I'm sure y'all familiar with Sonetta TV. One thing I have to appreciate about Sonetta TV is that information that you had to check for this video, that video, see something there, see something there. He was able to bring everything together on the platform, and you can get it right then and there. You understand me? But then the problem with that is it just sticks to being talk, debate after debate after debate after debate after debate. And nothing's really being done. You understand me? No works, you know? And then it's a whole lot of name calling, and then a lot of set trip. And then all of a sudden it's like this whole street thing again. You have the gangs, or the Nawabians versus the Hebrew Israelites, the Hebrew Israelites versus the Moors versus the Egyptology. Like, what the fuck, bro? You understand me? And then at the end they say, yeah, it's about the information. We're trying to help the people with the information. Yeah, great. Information is good. And don't get me wrong. When you hear these people debating this stuff, it's a lot of information that gets dropped, a lot of jewels that get dropped. But then it's your responsibility to go ahead and research that and see what they meant by that or what that is about. You understand me? Which is something that I always like to do. You understand? But the thing is that the more you research, the more you actually read for yourself, the more you start to disagree with the way things go. And guess what happens when you start disagreeing? Guess what happens when your views start to change and when you're like, yeah, I get what you're saying here, but there is this as well. All of a sudden, you start to get called names and all of that shit. You understand what I'm saying? And that's a problem. But I remember Brother Panic, for example, he had said that the problem with that is the reason why that happens is because the programming that you had by the church or by religion, you know, has never been really undone. All you really did was you took the image of Jesus that you've always known to be white and you painted him black. You understand me? You swapped out Jesus for Osiris. You swapped out the Mother Mary for, I guess, I don't know, Aset or whatever. You understand me? You started putting all these Egyptian names and stuff with it. You understand me? But the construct or you understand me, like the setup was still the same. It's still the same programming. You just switched out the characters in that program. You understand? And that is why you get to find a lot of the back and forth that you still see till this day. You understand? You know? So, I mean, hey, the Hebrew Israelites are a perfect example. I guess some factions of them that do this whole thing where they swap out. Oh, they weren't white, they were black. But the same shit happened in the Bible. It's just that they weren't white people, they were black people. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah. Now, I was also going to say that, unfortunately, all this bickering back and forth, all this talking, has resulted into this term, the Hotep nigga. You understand me? Because now when you hear the word Hotep, it's like your antennas go up. It's almost like hearing a bad word. It's almost like hearing the word, and shout out to my nigga Nameless for this. It's almost like hearing the word pimp, you know? It's like you hear that word pimp and it brings up your antennas because your psychological program is like, oh no, pimp, this is wrong. This is the fancy fly dressing motherfucker that mistreats women. It's like, oh no, you understand? Like there's that air, that subconscious air of, oh, you understand me? This is a bad guy. He profits off of, women indulging in their lowest nature. You know what I'm saying? Which, I mean, I could go into that as well, but I can't be bothered. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to get into niggas' feelings. I don't want niggas to get any feelings. You understand me? So it's all good, but yeah. So it's the same thing now when you hear the word Hotep, and that is where I have an issue because unfortunately, this whole going back and forth and oh yeah, this, that, and Egypt was this, and the Medu Neter has never been deciphered, and all of that shit has resulted into, just a bunch of talking former street niggas that became self-righteous, talking about a bunch of shit that can't be applied to anything anyway. You understand? And then they selling their books and they making money off of talking about dead information, right? Because the information is dead. It's from back then. It's somebody already found that it's dead. It's nothing new, right? So, and of course, I mean, let's be honest, man. You know what I'm saying? When you say shit like the black woman is God, obviously, you know, you are saying, especially back then, you know what I'm saying, when I got into it, and even prior to that, in the 2000s or even in the 90s and stuff, where the teachers were still all up in New York and shit. Like, you talk about that kind of information, you will stand out from the crowd. You know what I'm saying? And the girls will always say that, oh, he's different. He talks about different stuff. He says the black woman is God. You used to talk about that shit to get pussy, nigga. Fuck out of here. Hell, I did it, nigga. You know what I'm saying, nigga? Like, come on, it's like this is a whole new concept. Like, and the great thing for me was like, yo, I was actually into it. Like I was like, wow, shit. Then I started reading about the Bible, start finding those different Bible passages. And then I'll read this book and read that book, be like, oh shit. And then I would even want to know more about science. And I wanted to know more about like the human body and how it works. And, just to be able to fact check some of the shit that I would hear the Nuwabians say, talking about the pineal gland and all of that shit. I was like, is there pineal gland? Let me ask a doctor. Let me ask this. Let me see what doctors say. Let me see what they learn. And by doing that, of course, you do. For example, I think there was the I think something about the hypothalamus gland, and I forgot what I learned in the Hotep space about what that is. And then when I actually fact checked it with somebody that deals with, human body, that was studying to become a doctor and stuff. Now, one thing I have to say, it really helps you to be able to have conversations with people in the sciences and stuff. That's if you do your own research, though, where you can hold a conversation with them. And it's great for conversation, you know. And they'll be like surprised. Oh my God, I didn't know you know so much about this topic. And that's a great icebreaker, deal breaker, and stuff like that. If you are somebody that is into networking and shit, you understand me, or marketing and stuff, definitely great. But they told me, I think they really broke down like hypothalamus, what it's really for, and I think they said it was for memory or something like that. I mean, this was years ago. Like you talking about at least 10 years ago. You understand? So, and yeah, he was breaking that down to me and stuff. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, that does sound a little different from what I learned, but okay. You understand me? But you take that back into the Hotep space, and you're like, oh no, it's the white man. He's a white man. He's being on the white man. You know what I'm saying? Everything that doesn't kind of like is on par with what you've learned, all of a sudden it becomes a white man's science. Even though you were quoting the white man's science, you were telling people to go and fact check what you're saying with the white man's science. But then when whatever they fact check is not congruent with what you've been saying and what you've been taught, all of a sudden, oh yeah, it's because it's the white man. That was red flag number one for me. And that's probably like the only red flag I needed. You understand me? So it was like, okay, well, in the real world, how is this being applied? How do you talk about that? I mean, I get the whole concept of the nature and the breath and the air and the storm and the fire. And you understand me? All those things and what they meant in the different ways that ancient African tribes used to communicate how this science works in the form of stories. Perfect. You know what I'm saying? Not disputing that, but again, what are we doing with this shit? We're just going to keep saying the black woman is God. Why is the black woman God? Oh, because the child is, when the child is born, its first teacher is the mother, because that's the first person you come into contact with. And she's the one that holds the baby for 9 months. And the baby grows in the and you nurture the baby whilst in the belly. And she has to and the Sirius star B in the star constellation under Osiris, nigga. Because she gives birth to life, that makes her a god. Okay, so what is the man? You know what I'm saying? And that was a little issue I had then, but I didn't really, when you don't pay attention to stuff because the information is just so great and so potent, right? It's like, nah, well, yeah, the man is just there. That's what I would think. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, okay, yeah, but the man carries the living sperm in his balls. You understand me? If he don't shoot that shit off in her womb, that womb ain't gonna create no baby by itself. Yeah. you know, the reason the reason why I'm laughing right now is because there was this debate that I saw with that scamming ass nigga Polite. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, ended up being a scamming ass nigga. Very smart brother, very intelligent brother, but you can see what you can use these powers for, right? It's indifferent. Can use it for whatever you want. He decided to use knowledge to get money out of people. Now, he had this debate with this guy called Tazariak from the Hebrew Israelites. And Wadner, you may know what I'm talking about, given that you used to be in them spaces. And I think one of Polite's wives, these are my wives. You know what I'm saying? One of his wives must have said something about, how the womb is able to extract something that it's like semen. Anyway, the point was that a woman can impregnate herself. So then Tazarka was like, all right, then go ahead and impregnate yourself if that's true. You understand me? Now, these are two different extremes debating each other. And I know it ended up being a bunch of rah-rah shit was going on and stuff. But then again, you think to yourself, okay, well, if that be true, I see what you're saying. Go ahead and impregnate yourself. Show me the woman that has been able to impregnate herself in history. And I don't know, is there one? Because I wouldn't know. And if there is one, why is it only one? You understand me? Or is that some knowledge that the white man is trying to hide from us? But anyway, so it's like, okay, yeah, like, again, reality. We need to see that. You understand me? It's not good enough for you just to use big words to explain some kind of process and shit. Okay, she's the mother of this and that and yada yada. And we say Mother Earth, and there's a reason why we say Mother Earth. Okay, great. But again, I'm not saying she's not a god. And I do believe in the black woman as God. Of course, the black woman is God. Everybody, the how do you call it again? Mitochondrial DNA and all that shit, perfect. You understand me? Everybody has her gene and whatever the case may be, perfect. Okay, I can see that. But if the black woman is God, then the black man has to be a titan, right? Can we can we, can we agree on that? Huh? Is the black man a titan? Because I mean, this whole world that we live in, where you learned all of this shit, was built by who? You know what I'm saying? Let's be honest. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't like God did such a great job in creating this earth. Again, you know what I'm saying? If the Bible should be true. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so, you know, it's kind of weird, when you get into those spaces. I mean, if she's in her right mind, obviously, yes, you acknowledge her as a god. You understand me? But again, this is where the research comes in, where you have to read more for yourself and look into shit for yourself. Is a god really the highest rank of spiritual being that you can get to? You understand me? I just said Titan, right? I mean, I think in Greek mythology, Zeus was a god. His father Kronos was a Titan. You understand me? And yes, they're seen as the evil, oh my God, the deadbeat dad who don't care about his kids and stuff. But it did take Zeus, Poseidon, and what's the third one called? Hades, to trick their dad and subdue him because he was so evil. You understand me? I think that's what happened, right? So his power was that big that it took all three of y'all to subdue him, and y'all had to kind of like trick him. You understand? But I'm not trying to go too far off though. So anyway, I was saying that, um This Hotep Negro thing, it's sad that it has become that, but the Hotep niggas are mainly responsible for that. That's why I was, going off on this tangent right now, because for years now, it's been a bunch of talking and talking and talking and talking. The teachers that the Hotep niggas got the whole thing from at the end of the day, those were real intellectuals, those were real scholars, those were people that were putting in the work. When you're talking about Ivan Van Sertima, when you're talking about Dr. John Henry Clark, when you talk about even somebody like a Professor Smalls, those people would be in white spaces and will be able to have intellectual dialogue about these different things. It wasn't a bunch of hey, you bitch ass nigga. It wasn't nothing like that. You understand me? So anyway, so again, the problem is that when people say Hotep nigga now, you are kind of low key shitting on those people's works as well. You understand me? On, like I said, the Ivan Van Sertimas and the Henry Clarks of the world. You're low key shitting on them. You understand me? Because it was their work. Or your Dr. Ben Yakinen, Yosef Ben Yakinen. You kind of shitting on their scholarly work because of some niggas from around the block that read their books and was debating about it, trying to form their own agenda and shit. You get what I'm saying? And that is the problem that I have. Because because now you can say somebody is a Hotep and automatically you don't want to hear nothing that person has to say. You don't want to hear nothing he has to say. It's like, oh, please, go talk about Egypt and Isis and Osiris over there. And Heru or whatever the fuck. Or Horus. Just keep that over there. We don't want to hear that shit over here. And that's sad. And I say that for the most part, a lot of that whole Sonetta energy, that's what it caused. And I was a big fan. I was subscribed to the channel and I used to listen to damn near every video that came out. You understand me? But of course, I always like to do my own research and shit. Easy as I like to read the book. And this is what I'm saying. It's like, let me give y'all another example. Like, you know, why it's so important to really go ahead and read the books and do your own research. Because, for example, and this was Tariq Nasheed, and again, pro-black, right? And there was a book that he had recommended that he had talked about. I think it was called something Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars. I think that's anyway. The book was about, it was this brother that wrote this book, and he was talking about the HBCUs and how they were actually created by the white elites, and this whole idea of the HBCU being erected by the white slave master to put his biracial son in that he had when he raped the slave woman, or when he had sex with the slave concubine or the bed wench. You understand me? He wanted a school for where he can also indoctrinate the child, the nigger baby that he had, you know and that made a lot of sense. Nigga, I didn't know that Spellman was the name of Rockefeller's wife. I didn't know that shit. Spelman is one of the top HBCUs for women. My ex went to Spelman. She's a Spelman grad, right? I didn't know that. And I don't know if around that time no, I think she did know that, you know. Rockefeller was one of the main donors of that school and stuff. Like, the school was named after her, after Rockefeller's wife. And when you hear Rockefeller, especially when you're in the Hotep space or even in the conspiracy theory space, it's like, ooh, Illuminati. You understand? So And yeah, I didn't know that for myself. I didn't know that Rockefeller's wife was called Spellman. But it's not only that, but the brother that wrote that book was going into, how they really tried to use HBCUs to indoctrinate you Negroes and shit. You understand me? And how to, have more boulets and bourgeoisie type motherfuckers. You know? Now, for somebody that's in education, and my ex is in education, peace, Dorian. What's up, brother? You know, my ex is in education. So when you're teaching a young black kid, if it's your passion to be in education and you want to educate the kids and all that stuff, that is something that is important to point out, you know? But if you're just going to say that, oh, Tariq is a Hotep, or Tariq is a pro-black, you immediately don't want to even know what the fuck he has to talk about. You don't care. You understand me? And I mean, it's not like that in all cases, but that is where I have the issue. You're so quick to dismiss what a so-called Hotep nigga or pro-black brother has to say. You understand me? But I bet you a lot of niggas didn't know about these herbs and Dr. Sabi and all that if it wasn't for the Hotep niggas that promoted them. Huh? All the sarsaparilla and Cheney root and monkey bladder or whatever. You understand? Bladder rack and what's the new one that everybody talks about now? Sea moss and shit. It's the Hotep niggas that make that shit big. And now you know about it. And for those that have taken those herbs and shit, you see the results and all of that stuff. I mean, hey, let's be honest, man. Dr. Sabi was promoted a lot by the Hotep niggas. Or not? Because the white man was trying to put him in jail. You know? So let's not completely discredit them. That's all I'm trying to say, you know? And again, you know, the importance for any information that you hear that you find interesting, you have to do your own research. There are some teachers such as your Bobby Hemmitts, or like I mentioned before, Brother Panic, or Dr. Alim El Bey, I believe. You understand me? Those aren't the types, for example, that you come with, oh yeah, Jesus was a black man. We already know that. You save that shit for Sarah Sultan Seti and your young pharaohs and them type of niggas. You understand me? Because it's levels to this shit as well. For example, when you learn this whole Hotep stuff and all that Hotep now, at some point you have to evolve from it. You understand me? What's the next step? Okay, I get the whole Egypt was black, this was black, that was black. Oh, that statue has the shape of my nose and it's a triangle shape and all of that stuff, and the pyramids. Great. But what comes after that? Where is the growth in the metaphysics, as you may call it, or in the esoteric realm now? You understand me? Because it's kind of funny how they say Jesus was black this, and Horus and Osiris and all of that stuff, and Seth was the bad one, and that you still fall into these good and bad uh uh uh, uh um how do you say, this whole good and bad duality thing, where you still say, oh, this is the good side and that is the bad side. That is religion. That's what religion teaches you. You understand me? The fact that, in the whole Hotep, the conscious shit, right? The conscious community. Oh, God, I can't stand to hear it. I can't stand that word, bro. Conscious community. The black conscious. Ugh. Damn, they want to throw up in my fucking mouth. You know what I'm saying? Conscious motherfuckers out there. You still say shit like the devil. Oh, yeah, I know he was a devil, and the white devil and the devil and Lucifer is bad and shit. The next question will be, yo, what is your problem with demons? Why do you dislike demons? Is it because of what you were taught about them? Or is it about what you found out yourself? Because when I looked into the word demons, first of all, I didn't even know that demon was another word for a genius. I didn't know that. I didn't know that freaking um great classical composers would use words like use words would say things like, oh yeah, like the music doesn't come from me, it's this I think they would say, is this in the demon, or this daemon, right? Daemon. You understand me? That would just whistle these things in my ear, and then I would just write them down. You understand what I'm saying? So what is this inner genius that you have that used to be known as the daemon, and then it became demon, and it became a bad thing, like, oh my god, the demons in hell, you know like that would be a question that I would ask them, like, what is your issue with demon? What is your issue with Lucifer? What is your issue with the devil in general? Why are you still playing this game of good and bad? You already know that you live in a world of duality. You already know that there is this side and there's that side. There's blue and white, there's hot and cold, there's up and down, there's black and white, there's Democrat, Republican. You already know that shit. Huh? You know? Wagner, you're right. He said they say black woman is God, but they say they don't believe in God. Like, God, yo, Wagner, swear. See, I'm already at 46 minutes. Shit. I can't keep it short. You know? Niggas be coming with the Hotep starter packages shit, nigga. Why are you wearing a cross? It's a Ankh. It came from the Ankh. And the cross is the symbol of death. And the Ankh is the symbol of life. Well, don't you have to die one day, nigga? Like, yo. But you see, this is the thing, You have to evolve with that knowledge. Like, for example, right now I'm really like heavy in, learning about the occult and everything, like the 72 demons of Goetia and the 72 angels and all of that stuff. And you come to find out, man, like, angels ain't freaking all holy and shit either. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to evolve, bro. The more you read, the more you go down that rabbit hole, and the more you actually practice what you're reading and all of that stuff in the esoteric and the metaphysical and shit, you start to have those types of experiences where it's like, okay, now I have firsthand experience, and it doesn't quite match up with the shit that I was taught. You understand me? But niggas want to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's even going too deep. Let me slightly ease up out of there. You understand what I'm saying? Niggas want to continue to bash Christianity, but how long are you going to do that? You understand me? It's going to get tired after a while. You know what I'm saying? So, and especially in 2020, I mean, think about it, man. We're living in a time right now where that knowledge back then that I was learning in 2007, that's damn near common. It's normal now. Most people know that type of shit. Look at my nigga Wagner here in the chat. Wagner, you said that you got into the conscious shit in your teens. Now you're in your mid 20s. Nigga, I got into the conscious shit in my mid 20s. In my what? Mid 20s? Yeah, early 20s to mid 20s. You understand me? So imagine back then you were probably a teenager, right? Because I'm 34. You know what I'm saying? So you were a teenager learning about that. So in your 20s, you already know this shit. Oh, the Baphomet. The Baphomet is so bad. Is it really? Have you studied the science of the Baphomet for you to say that it's really that evil? You understand me? So it's really crazy, But again, I'm just here to say that use the Hotep knowledge as a stepping stone, but please do your research, because you can easily just be led astray. And of course, the pro-black thing, of course, is mixed in with that, where it's like, oh yeah, the black woman, and uphold the black woman and don't hold the black woman accountable. You understand? But you don't talk about the black man at all. You understand me? You want to talk about ISIS and all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? But Osiris, all these great black men you talk about are either gods or they're dead. Or they're your teachers. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, brother, you see, bro, but you want to address people as brother and shit like that. But at the end of the day, like, what great things are brothers doing? Huh? And again, that's why I believe that, hey, man, the thinking black man is the God of today. If you want to use that word God, you understand me? Or it's the Titan of today. You feel me? And it's important, especially again for the young cats out there. And I'm really trying to address again the young cats like Casey, young cats like C-Sit, you know what I'm saying? Young cats like what's his name again? I think it was Monroe, something Monroe. Is it David? Nah, no, the dude that has that image with that arm, kind of like the dude in Bleach. Liam Johnson. See, I said Monroe. I think it's Liam Johnson. You know what I'm saying? I think he's a young dude as well. He's like 18 or something. You understand me, man? I just need y'all to know, man. Like, you know, yeah, them Hotep niggas is crazy as fuck. You understand me? But don't completely turn a blind ear and a blind eye to some of the shit that they're saying. Just make sure you research what they are saying. You understand me? Because one thing, and definitely that they did for me, was that they sparked something that led me into the right direction. Like now, for example, I could never go back to Christianity ever. And that is not because I only listened to the Hotep niggas, but that's because I did my own research. And it led me away from them. Because they was on some fuck shit. But that didn't mean that okay, I'm gonna get my life together and go back to church. You understand what I'm saying? That's not it. You know? Unfortunately, the Hoteps and the pro blacks and shit, they evolve. If they don't evolve, they dissolve into magodom and they become your C boogies and all them other bitch ass B1 niggas and all of that shit. Unfortunately, that's what happens. You know what I'm saying? You just become another uh 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 they become a stepping stone for the chicks to step on and be like, get out my way. I'm on my way to the top. You understand me? They use y'all as a ladder, and you gladly become the ladder for them, which is sad. Because I bet you the Titan Kronos would have never let a bitch step on them. You understand me? Gods like Zeus and all them motherfuckers was emotional anyway. But let me get out of there. You know what I'm saying? Like real talk, man. And at the end of the day, like, you know, you can't you don't be a follower like that. You can't be a follower. And I know it's hard because most people, they just want to chill. They want to have a person that they can listen to and follow their advice, and everything work as they said would work out fine for them, works out fine for them. But the world has never been that way. Never ever. That's one thing you come to realize in living life and shit. You understand me? You're not supposed to follow. You know, you even let me use an analogy for a bus. You understand me? You hop on the bus and it will take you to where you need to go. Even if you got to take 2, 3 buses to get to your destination, i.e., your goal. You understand me? You take the bus, you get off where you need to get off, and take the next bus, or you walk or whatever, and get to wherever you have to get to. You don't ride the bus to the last bus stop, because guess what it's going to do? It's going to turn around and go back that same route. So you just going to be on that bus and be on the same route? I mean, are you stupid? Are you stupid? Is that what it is? Are you a dummy? You understand? And then you wonder why these people start to get sick of, they don't want to hear the Hotep shit anymore because they sick of it and stuff. You know why? Because they've been on that bus for years, just going that same route, never getting off. They ain't got nowhere to go. And then once they finally get off, they fed up, they tired, and they say, fuck buses. In this case, fuck the Hotep shit. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. You know? And it's unfortunate because the same Hotep people that are trying to teach and sell books and all that shit, that's the shit that they're on too. But they found a way to make money through it. That's why they still in it. Because they could use you to make money now. So there ain't no need for them to leave. They probably can't do nothing else anyway. You understand me? But unfortunately, I guess they evolve a little more than the average follower. You know what I'm saying? Because they found a way to make money. It's crazy, man. But damn, I'm already going on an hour and shit. You know, I did go over all my pointers that I had. I mean, I kind of mixed and matched them. I didn't go by 1, 2, 3, 4 at all. But again, fellas, all I'm really trying to say to you guys is that, look, man, there is some validity to what they say, but you have to research it on your own. The more you do that, the further you go into this esoteric thing, into the spiritual realm and all of that stuff. You learn more about that. And then after a while, things such as Lucifer and the devil and Jesus, they don't even become that big of a deal to you anymore. You understand? Because you are above that now. And what I mean with you're above it is that you learn how to use the energies to benefit you. That's what it is. So you're not on the cold side. You're not fully on the hot side. You're in the middle. You're indifferent. You're playing the neutral position, not out of a position of fear, but because you know that that's where the balance is. And that's what it's all about, right? Balance. You understand me? Jesus is only as powerful as you make him. You understand me? Jesus ain't nothing more than the fucking servitors that people came together. Let's create this entity called Jesus, and we're gonna get people to believe in that. And trust me, if you get millions, thousands to millions of people to believe in one entity over the course of 2,000 or 6,000 years or whatever, that shit becomes real. Believe it or not, that shit becomes real. But then you, as a black person now, and it's specifically to my black folks out there, how does that entity benefit you? Because it wasn't even created by a motherfucker that was like you. It was created by your hater. How does it benefit you? Huh? Let me get out of there though, man. I hope you guys were able to take at least something out of this. You know what I'm saying? And Wadner, thanks for riding with me. Dorian, thanks for stopping in. Rashid, I appreciate you for coming in as well. You said, Smooth, we should link up when I visit ATL in the next. Oh yeah, definitely, Wadner, man. Holla at me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm about to get me a new car and shit. About to get me a car. You know what I'm saying? I've been driving my brother's car and stuff. He's been what's generous, in me borrowing his whip, because I mean he be working from home anyway. So at least I'm using that to get to work. So that's the good thing. But I gotta give him his shit back, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to get mine now. And yeah. About to put the down payment down and all of that stuff. But given that it's 4th of July weekend and stuff, gotta wait till Monday. But yeah, man, I'm about to get my own ride. So yeah, Wagner, if you're in town, man, let me know, man, and I'll who know, probably pick you up from the airport or some shit. But then again, I don't know you like that, nigga. Nah, just kidding. But yeah, bro, Grinch was in town the other day, man, and I was so pissed that I didn't have a ride, bro. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to get my cousin to link up, and that nigga was fucking cupcaking with a bitch. Niggas, man. But anyway, hey, it's already on the hour mark. I'm not trying to keep this too long. I hope y'all was able to learn something. Again, at the end of the day, don't discredit everything. You know what I'm saying? Every little thing matters. Every piece of information that you happen to come across, you came across for a reason. It's not for you to discard it at all. You understand me? So I guess, yeah, I'm going to end it here. I want to thank y'all for coming through, and keep it smooth, y'all. Peace.